going on? It's Shaun of the Dead. I wanted to make a quick video. One of my buddies, myself, and actually a couple of my buddies and myself went to Gander Mountain. For you that live in the area of the DFW area, there was a Gander Mountain in Mesquite, Texas that happened to have a sale on 22 long rifle. Boxes of 525 rounds for 25 bucks. Pre-Sandy Hook, I was finding them at Walmart for 550 rounds to 555 round boxes. The Remington or the Winchester. The Remington was usually 550 rounds. The Winchester was usually 555 rounds. And they started out like 15 bucks a box, and even before Sandy Hook, they got up to like 25 bucks a box, like $24.99. And this kind of creeped up there. So the last price I was paying before this craziness all happened, and everything was, this 22 long rifle shortage began. We were looking at $25 a box for 550-ish rounds. Which isn't bad. I would stop by the store on the way out to the range, and I would, I'd shoot my 22 pistol, and I'd go through, 30, 40 rounds or something like that. And then I would shoot a few rounds of 9mm, like 10 rounds of 9mm. Then I'd shoot like another 30 rounds of 22. Then I'd shoot like another 10 rounds of 9mm. I'd shoot like another 30 rounds. And, it kind of alternate back and forth like that, so that way I could still shoot my 9 and not break the bank, and I could still do a lot of shooting and still get a lot of trigger time with the pistol at the same targets at the same range. And then after I finished after I finished my 9mm rounds, I would move over to the rifle range, and I would do the same thing with my 10-22. And if I was shooting my AR or my AK or whatever it was I was shooting that day, I would shoot, probably 50 rounds through my 10-22, and then I would shoot, maybe 5 rounds or something through my AR or AK or whatever, and then I would go back and shoot like another 50 rounds through my 10-22, and I'd go back and forth like that until I shot all my rifle ammo up, and then I would just blow through the rest of the box of 22 long rifle. And this was my habit, and I would stay there from when they opened about 10 o'clock in the morning till somewhere around 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would be shooting almost constantly. Besides those ceasefires and reload time, I was just on the trigger pretty much the whole time. And I was like, yeah, this is all right. I can go out here and shoot all day, and I spent like, 25 bucks for 22. And sometimes I would only take my 22 pistol, my 22 rifle. I wouldn't even bother taking another guns. And I would just go out there. It's like, I just want to go out here and play today and click around and have a good old time. And I would just blast through 550 rounds. I'm like, okay, that was cool. Leave around 2:30, 3 o'clock, and bam, I had a full day of shooting. And I spent 25 bucks on ammo. That was it. So that was pretty great. Well, I have a buddy at Gander Mountain, works there, and he showed me, he sent me a picture, and I'll try to put that up here for you if I can figure out how to stick it on with my video. Try to do it in this area here somewhere of a pallet of 22 long rifle they received. So I'll try to insert that here. Okay, large freaking pallet, right? Well, I was like, yeah. So I'll limit 2 boxes per customer. Now, obviously, I went and picked up my 2 boxes of Remington hollow points. They're actually jacketed hollow points, golden bullet value pack, 525 rounds. Now, if you don't go alone and you go with a friend that doesn't want 22 ammo or has plenty or whatever, or if you have a spouse at home that will go with you, or a girlfriend or a friend, then you can get a couple of more boxes. So you can get 4 boxes. Well, if you decide you want to take another friend or two, then you can get another set of boxes. Well, if you decide you want to take yet more friends, whoa, I'm getting top heavy here, then you can take and get 8 boxes of 22 long rifle. So, just to kind of give you an idea, I ended up getting 8 boxes. You can take people along with you, and as long as they're not selling it to the same person, they will continue to sell, even if they know it's going to you. It's not the same person buying it, so they don't give a crap. Their manager and their rule says, hey, has to be per customer, and you can take 10 people with you if you want and buy 2 boxes of ammo for every person that's in there and walk out of there with 20 boxes of ammo if they happen to have enough in stock. So I thought that was pretty great. So I ended up coming home with, 4,200 rounds of 22 long rifle at, $25 a box. So that's not too bad. I feel pretty good about that. So I think I ended up spending, with tax for 2 boxes was $54.10. So that was what, 108, $216.40. So that's not bad, for 4,200 rounds. Just right there on par with how much it used to be. I got like 25 to 30 rounds less than the old days. So that doesn't really hurt my feelings too bad. I can deal with that. Now, if this was just something that I could go into the store and pick up anytime I wanted to, and there wasn't a freaking line around the building, that would make me a lot happier. That would make things much better. Where it wasn't like, they get a huge pallet like that, and one day gone. My buddy texted me later after I got home. I went there a little bit later in the afternoon than some other buddies did. So they had enough. I think he said they had 521,000 rounds of ammo. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of ammo. And by the time I got up there and left, it was gone. By the time I got home and I ate a little something, and he sent me a text and he was like, we're empty. So as you'll be able to see what I'll show you what they had whenever I was there, and this was after my buddies had already went, and so I decided to call people. You can always call people I decided to go ahead and go a little bit later because I thought they were going to be out. So when my buddy was there, he was like, dude, there's a lot around the building. And I was like, well, it's an hour drive for me to get there. So I was like, well, I guess that leaves me out. Well, whenever he texted me, he was like, hey, bro, there's still some here, quite a bit. He's like, we got a couple 100 boxes left. If you want to go ahead and show up right now, you can get some. And I was like, all right, two boxes per, right? He's like, yep. And I was like, I can bring friends? He's like, yep, pretty much. Bring all the people you want. You can bring all the people you want, and they don't care as long as that's 2 boxes per. So I made sure I got my 8 boxes. I could have probably swung some more, but I really didn't want to swing anymore. A couple $100 on 22 ammo is enough. Now I can actually go to the range and shoot. This is like 8 days of the range for me, so I feel pretty good. I'm like, yeah, now if I happen to ration this out a little bit and make this like a half a box per range day, then I can have 16 different days I can go to the range and I can shoot and have a little bit of a good time plinking around. Because I absolutely love going to the range, and one of my favorite things to do is to buy a box of ammo and go out there and just spend the day shooting. Good, clean fun. Come home, and then it's dirty fun whenever you have to clean your gun. And that's it. So I don't understand, why we can't get on the ball and muster up and just throw enough 22 out there that it's not a big deal anymore. And right now it's still just such a huge deal to get 22 ammo. I'm finding 9mm, and when I get it, whenever I find it, I can buy as much as I want. I found boxes of like 800 rounds for like $200. And I'm like, dude, I'm finding 9mm by the bulk. and by the box for $12 a box. Can't find freaking 22. And when I do, it's like every 4 to 6 months, it's like, hey, found some 22. And most of the time I end up paying a little bit more for it than I used to. Even now, with this, it's still more than I used to, but it's better than nothing. And I'll go ahead and take this small markup. But I've had to pay more, for like those big plastic buckets of Remington that have 1,400 rounds in them. They're selling those normally in the store for $70. Well, sometimes you have to spend more than that just to get a bucket if you happen to buy from an individual. So, but I just wanted to share with you guys that you can still find it. You just have to be vigilant. And they evidently ran an ad. So it wasn't like, I had any special favor. There were people there before my friends showed up, and they live in Mesquite. I live in Carrollton. And I'm like, dude, really? I live a freaking hour away just about, and they live just down the road. And by the time he got there at 8:10, he was like the 60th person in line. And I was like, what? And I was just like, there's no way. So I went back to bed and woke up a little bit later, got a text. I was like, all right. So I ran down and I ended up getting lucky and getting 8 boxes. So this is Shaun of the Dead. I hope this was helpful for you. Just keep an eye on Gander Mountain. And you never know when they're going to have their little 22 sale. I recommend getting there about an hour and a half or so early. If you want to make sure that you're the first one in line to get in and get out. Or if you get there pretty close to 9, depending on if they have a pallet like this. Say it took 2 people to push this pallet. If they have a pallet like this, then that's going to be a whole different story than if they have just a small batch. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. A thumbs up. There, speak properly. Speak good English. And as always, stay on topic. Please be respectful of each other. And as always, subscribe.